In the lobby, show me something, keep it soft and tell nobody in your city, smoke exotics. Spin it slow.
So today I'm going to give you the secrets and the tips on how to slay a lace front wig and how to install it like flawlessly, how to get a flawless application where it looks natural, looks like it's melted into your skin and growing out your scalp, honey. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I did get a frontal, I think I got a 20 or 18 inch frontal in 3 bundles of 18, and I did color the hair. I will go ahead and show you guys a clip of the packaging and how the hair came. Alrighty, dolls, so the hair came in a box like this that has DSoar hair on it, and these are the little like tags on the hair, and the actual bundles had a good luster to it. It was amazing. And this is the frontal, which is see-through, which is what you want to look for, and it was very stretchy, so I was super impressed by that. Alright, dolls, so now that you saw how the hair came, packaging was A1, hair felt really good. So like I said, I did color this hair into like this like blonde. Okay, it's like a blonde, a true blonde. I did tone it because I wanted it to be like, I don't know, I wanted it to be like a lighter like yellow, like caramel roots, black caramel roots. So I really like how the color came out. It was very orange once I colored it, but the toner kind of gave me the tint that I want, just like a true yellow, like kind of like a beigey blonde. So if you want to know how I make my wigs, I will leave the little link right here so you guys can click on it. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead, pause this video, go ahead and watch that and come right back. So but if you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna go ahead and get to installing. So the first thing you want to do, so let me take the scarf off. This is my hair. So I always like to put a scarf on my hair because I have very short hair. I did do a big chop on my hair. If you want to see that video, boom, I will link it right there. But since I did a big chop, since I did a big chop and my hair is not braided, I like to have my hair fairly flat as I can get it. So normally I would just mold it down with a little bit of gel, but the easiest trick is to take a scarf and just wear it for like 2 or 3 hours before you are about to apply your wig, because it'll flatten out your curls a bit. But we are going to add a wig cap, so do not worry. So the first step you want to do, this is the most important step, is to get a wig cap. You want to get a wig cap that is closest to your skin tone. We are going to add a little bit of foundation on it, but just get a wig cap that is closest to your skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my head. Your hair is going, my hair is already kind of molded, so just make sure your hair is going like backwards. So you want to make it look like this. So what you're about to do is pretty much create a bald cap. Like if you've seen special effects makeup and stuff like that, they do a bald cap and sometimes they put a wig on top of that. So that's kind of what you're making with this wig cap, so it looks flawless under your frontal. Alrighty, so now what we're gonna do is go in with this got to be glued, which is basically a strong styling gel, and we're just gonna use this to secure this down. And don't worry, it's not gonna pull your edges out or anything, it's just gel, so with water or alcohol it'll come right up. So I'm just gonna take some of this and just start placing it right where my hairline is, right before it, and just make sure you're getting a good amount. Like I said, you want this to look almost like a bald cap, so make sure you're using enough to where it's in front of your edges and then a little bit on your edges so it is laying flat. And don't worry about using a lot because it's not going too much directly on your head. So it should look like this, so I'm going to blow dry it to get it a little tacky. So now what I'm going to do is just go over top of that a little bit with this Salon Care Extra Hold hairspray. This is my favorite hairspray. So I'm just going to go over that in one little line. Just want to ensure that it really lays flat on the head once we cut it. Alrighty, so you want to blow dry it until you feel that it's not wet anymore. That's how you're going to know that it's really secure. So now what I like to do is just go here and just make one little slit without cutting your hair. And then I'm just going to try to pull this behind my ear like that, like such. And then I'm going to go ahead and start cutting. Okay, so you want it to look like this, like a make-believe ball cap. Don't it look bald? So this is the look that you want to go for, okay? So as you can see, I already bleached the knots. I only bleached it in the middle and then on the two sides, just because I was running out of bleach, so I had to do what I had to do, honey. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the lace, and we'll be right back. Okay, so right now you just want to make sure that it fits your head. Okay, so this little tab right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut off because it's over my ear. I'm sure it's over my ear. So now that should fit perfectly on my edges. So I'm going to do the same to this other side. Alright, so now that you got your wig fit to your head, you want to do that before you start gluing it down so it fits perfectly once you start gluing it down. Alrighty, so right now I'm going to take some of my foundation. This foundation is like a tad bit too light for my skin right now, so that is what you want to go for, because your skin is your scalp is a little lighter than your actual skin tone. So that is what we're going to do. So we're just going to color this area really quick with some foundation. And I don't mind a little bit of my edges right here, because I like to actually kind of gel these down just to make it look a little bit more natural. But if you're a person that don't want to leave that out, just make sure you put a lot of gel on these on your sideburns so they really get under the cap. So right now we're going to go ahead and start putting our cap on. Okay, so you want to make sure you clip the wig back just so you can see where it's going to lay. So now I'm going to go back in with that gel, and this time you do not want to use your fingers, because you don't want the oil of your fingers to mix with the gel. It's going to kind of tone down the strongness of the gel. So you want to go in with any comb, or a lot of people use like plastic knives or something like that. So I'm just going to take some gel on my comb, and I'm just going to start just applying it. And I like to use this side of the comb because it's really going to push that gel in. It's going to get a smooth layer. You don't want it to be like too chunky. You want the layer to be super smooth, so that when you pull your frontal down, it's not like peeking through and looking all cakey and stuff. So just like we did with the cap, you want to blow dry it to get it a little tacky, and then do a layer of setting spray, and then we're going to stick it down. So now I'm going to go in with my setting spray. Just go over it one time. One layer is good enough. Okay, so now we're going to start pulling our frontal down and sticking it down. That's why I like to keep the tail end of this comb clean, because it's going to help you push everything down without adding extra gel. Trust me, it's a process, so you gotta believe in it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the frontal, and I like to secure it in the middle first. So what I like to do is just hold for about 15 seconds, and then I'm gonna just take my comb, I'm gonna push it down. Then while I'm still holding that, we're gonna pull this piece. All right, so now we're gonna just blow dry it one more time. Alrighty, so this is where a lot of people get confused and are like, oh wait, well, it looks a little cakey and the gel is coming out and it's crazy. So I'm going to show you the #1 tip to clean up the edges and make sure it's not white and cakey. And then we're going to lay down our baby hairs, style it, and we will be almost done. Alright, dogs, so you should get it to about, like, it should look like this at this point, which looks really cakey at first. It's kind of like hard and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is like really pull it back. I'm just gonna really get it tight and pull it back. Get all of the hair out in front of the way like this, so it should look like that. And now I'm gonna go in with 70% alcohol, which looks like this. And I'm going to use some Q-tips to kind of clean it up a bit so it doesn't look like cakey and stuff like that. And I'm just going to start cleaning up the edges with the alcohol. And this is pretty much like, honestly, it's pretty much my makeup. So you want to do this step before any makeup. Don't be like me. So as you can see, it's cleaned up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take a paper towel and kind of just wipe the excess off, and I will be right back. Alrighty, dolls, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Cleaned it up a little bit. Alright. So it looks pretty good, as you can see. Looks super duper natural. Literally super natural. And if you see a little cakiness on my screen, it's because of my makeup. The cakiness does come from if you have any products on your face or any makeup or anything. So make sure you do this before you do your makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and style this.